Nigel's going to say a few quick words, then we'll open it up.
First off, obviously, I'd like to thank the Eagles organization, Mr. Lurie, Howie, for having me back and being able to continue my career here in Philly. It's a city I love and enjoy being in, and it really feels like my playing style matches the city so well. So, first off, just wanted to thank them and the city and this organization.
How seriously did you consider hitting free agency and seeing what was out there?
I mean, it came to the last day. Obviously, I was nervous about it, but I'm fortunate that I was able to stay here and come back here. We've built so much here, and the chemistry of what we have and what we share in the locker room and between us and the coaches and the whole organization, honestly. We all enjoy each other. So for me, man, it's rare that guys get that close and be able to come back to their team. So I'm very fortunate and thankful that I was able to do that.
You played your best ball under Jim Schwartz. How much did that factor into your decision?
I mean, it factored, obviously. It was a tough decision. I mean, once you get down to it and you get close to that market, things get a little tougher as far as decision making. And it was definitely a big impact for him having him here. He brought me here in the first place, and for me to have the opportunity to stay with him for some time is going to be amazing.
What is that relationship like between you and Jim Schwartz? How would you describe it?
It's great, man. It's continued to grow each and every year from the time I met him. We just kind of try to get better as a unit. It's a father, rather, you kind of want to say father-son relationship, but not so much because I feel like we're kind of best friends at the same time. I mean, it's something that's special and unique. You obviously don't get that from each and every defense coordinator. I've been with my share, and that by far, him personally, he stood out the most, and I've connected with him the most. So.
In the statement that the Eagles put out, they said that keeping you was a top priority for them. What does that say to you about the level of dedication they have to you?
It was major because it continued to show me that they had confidence in me and what type of athlete that I am and what type of player I am and my style and what I can bring to the table. So when they put that out there, that let me know, like, I mean, no matter what, at the end of the day, I'm their top priority, so I know they're going to at least come after me. And that's a great feeling. I mean, you never want to go into another situation and leave your last team with a bad taste in your mouth. So it was fortunate for me that my team enjoyed the time that I've been here and wanted to bring me back so we can continue some success.
Who else was coming at you?
It was a couple teams, man, but I'm happy to be here. I mean, I don't even really want to get into it, honestly.
You mentioned that it came down to the last day. They didn't really say a lot publicly about wanting to keep you or being important to keep you. What kind of sense did you have over the last few weeks? Did you know that they considered it a priority? What were you getting from Drew Rosenhaus? What was he telling you?
Well, Howie told me that himself during the exit meeting. So I just kept confidence in him and knowing, trusting him. He's a man of his word. He's always been a man of his word. And when he tells you something, he means it. And he told me he wanted me back, and I was a top priority, and he was going to do everything in his power to bring me back. And you saw it. I mean, you probably didn't see it before. A lot of people probably thought I was gone because it wasn't a lot of buzz for me to stay around and keep me here just because you didn't hear the reports. But, I mean, he told me that face to face, and I just kept my confidence in him, and it worked out perfect.
Along those lines, did you think the whole time that you'd be back, or did you start to prepare yourself for maybe going somewhere else?
Well, obviously, I wanted to be back, first and foremost. And I didn't really want to put that in my mind that I would be somewhere else. So I just try to stay confident and keep my composure throughout the whole process of that free agency and the market, of just, you know, making sure that I can keep my composure and keep my mind level, and not get so complacent with where I might be or whatnot. Just hoping I would be back, and it worked out.
Now, you had a pretty rocky start here in Philly. Looking back now, would you have thought it was possible that this day would have been here, that you would have signed an extension 2 years ago?
For sure. Man, 'cause you set goals, man, and obviously I went through some things, you know, and made some changes and got things right and figured it out, and knowing what I had to do. And luckily for me, I had an organization that trusted in me and was able to stand by me throughout that whole process. And I was able to overcome it. And I set goals to overcome that. I was, you know, doing things and trying to help the youth and things like that, pretty much just to, you know, show them like everybody goes through something, and it's not just, you know, it's not just all glory. So, I mean, anytime you go through some things, man, obviously I never want to be in those situations again. And but it was a major. I mean, look at me. I mean, I'm here today, and I overcame that, and that's something to give the youth. I feel like we can. I mean, you go through adversity through times, but you keep fighting, and that's what it's all about.
Have you heard from your teammates? Have you heard from some of your teammates?
Oh, yes. I heard from some of everybody, man. Throughout the whole process, man, everybody was telling me, man, you better sign back. I was like, yeah, I know. I want to be back. I want to be back. But it was like, man, make sure you sign back. I don't care if you sign for free. I was like,
Patrick Robinson's gone, Bo Allen's gone. Can you talk a little bit about that, your memories of them during the playoff run, going into the tunnel? I mean, you were the first one to meet Patrick in that tunnel after that touchdown, and the sobering side of it that some of your teammates are going to be gone.
Oh, man, it's, you know, it's unfortunate that we lost those guys. I mean, we lost some great players. We seen what both of those guys can do on the field. You seen P-Rob getting interceptions and taking them to the house in critical times for us, making big plays. You seen Bo getting sacks and sack strips and stopping every screen play that they ever run. So when you lose guys like that, it definitely takes a toll on your defense. But we had to regroup and we had to get together, and we know we can't keep everybody. We knew that going into it. And I mean, when you lose guys like of that caliber, which is great for them, they turned around, they got nice deals as well. And I mean, that's good for their families and everything like that.
Standing here 2 years ago when you signed the first deal, you felt there was a lot for you to prove at that point. At this point now, when you get the big deal, you want a Super Bowl, you establish yourself, what's there for you to prove? What's next in your game at this point?
Well, obviously in my game, I know what I have to improve on. Obviously, first and foremost, my hands. Left a lot of pick sixes out there. I mean, it's just continuing to grow as a player. I know it's a lot of things I can improve on. And I will continue to do that, continue to stay focused and keep that chip on my shoulder. I still got a lot of things to prove. And we want to continue to grind, man. We know what it takes to get to the next level and what we have to do as a team. And I'm going to make sure that my job and my role is on point for us to be able to get to where we have to go.
Hey, Nigel, when you were answering Jeff's question about the rocky start you had here, you said you made some changes that you had to make. What kind of changes did you make that you think kind of contributed to still being here?
Pretty much just looking at myself and probably some of the people I was around and things like that. Just taking a step back, man, and realizing like you know, at that point in time, I was like, why is all this happening to me? You know, because obviously I'm a good guy, and I don't really, you know, I'm laid back and really chill. So some things was just going different for me, and I can't really say exactly what it was, but I know I made some changes, and it ended up working out for the better.
Along those lines, you said that the team supported you. Did you always feel like you had their full support back in those times, and how big of a factor was that in wanting to stay here?
Oh, it was huge, man, because they kept confidence in me. They kept me level. I always believed in me. And throughout that whole process, you know, people was saying all kind of things, you know, suspensions, all kind of things. And the organization just really backed me up throughout the whole process. I mean, they were pretty much like, no matter what happened, we was gonna stand by you. And I feel like that showed. Obviously, my decision, this organization is everything to me just because that alone, it shows loyalty. That's something a lot of teams in this league don't have. And it separates us. And I feel like that's why we had the success we had this past year. A lot of the small things that a lot of other teams don't do, this organization does.
With you coming back and some of the other guys coming in on defense, like, do you think the defense can be even better this year than it was last year, and including Jordan being healthy, obviously too?
No doubt, man. No doubt. Obviously, anytime me and Jordan together are on the field, it's special. Because the playmaking ability of what we can do, our communication, our chemistry, we just work together, man, very well, and we intend on playing together for some time, for a long time, because I mean, it's us. We're the leaders of this defense, and we take control of it, and that's what it is. So anytime you get two guys who are in the middle of the pack, who are dominating, you know, and we bring some energy and create guys to be able to just make more plays up front and in the back end.
Some guys up front too. What's your reaction to that?
I like it. I enjoy it. I mean, the guys we added, they're not even regular guys. So they're actually superstars. So now we already had like 10 superstars. Now we got even more. So it's just great to see, man, to have the opportunity to play behind these guys and know the fact that I'm going to be able to make plays and they're going to continue to put fear in the offenses. It's going to be key, man. It's going to be interesting to go out there and play on Sunday and look forward to it because, I mean, that defense is going to be nice.
Can you talk about Brett Selleck no longer being with this team?
Yeah, that's obviously that's devastating, man. You're talking about a guy who was here his whole career, and the way he came every day and his character every day, he really showed me, he showed a lot of guys on our team what it takes to win a Super Bowl, and he let us know it doesn't come easy. It takes work, and he came in and worked every day like no other, man. And you would never even know this guy was 10 years in because the way he worked. So when you lose a guy like that, it's obviously takes a toll on your team. We hate to lose guys like that that meant so much and impacted his team so much. I mean, his leadership was another level. He went over and beyond and things that he could have done as a leader, and that's just it, man. Obviously, wish he could be here still.
We'll take one more. We got it.
Nigel, why do you like Schwartz's scheme, and why do you think it plays to your strengths?
I like Schwartz's scheme because, first and foremost, it's aggressive. And anytime on defense, when you can play aggressively, your defense coordinator is telling you to be aggressive and go attack. It's fun. At the end of the day, that's what it is, and it's just fun being out there, knowing that I got a guy who's gonna be able to call the plays aggressively, have no fear, got trust in his guys, and we all use that together and just build off it. We call ourselves controlled chaos, and that's what we want to do. We want to be controlled at certain points, but cause chaos at certain points, and that's what we want to do.
All right. Thanks, Dodge.
Thanks, man.